Morning, everyone. Great to be here with all of you. Today is a day of celebration. It's a day of gratitude. There's a lot of things to be celebrating today, a lot of things for which we can be grateful. But thank you all for being here for this historic day on the Capitol grounds. It's only fitting as North Dakotans that we've had a month of 70-plus degree weather with no rain. But we can all celebrate today the rain because it's, of course, our state flourishes when we get those first great spring rains. So, again, lots to celebrate. But we wouldn't be here today without the work of so many people. And first and foremost, I have to start with the legislator. I know there's a number of them here. Legislators, can you guys raise your hands back there? Who's there? We got some up front, but thank you all. There's a whole slew of them back here. Because without that appropriation, we wouldn't be here today. So grateful that many of them could be here. We look forward to having you be part of the celebration, the proclamation, the photos today. But we also have got a Capitol Grounds Planning Commission and the State Lab Steering Committee. But the Capitol Grounds Planning Commission, by statute, is led by our Lieutenant Governor. She's done a fantastic job across the entire Capitol Grounds. But I want to give it up and give a special thanks to Lieutenant Governor Tammy Miller for her work. Yeah, in the legislature, $15 million for planning and design for the new lab, which was approved before, and then last year they approved an additional $55 million to replace the existing lab, which of course is nearly 50 years old. We've outgrown it in every possible way. It got stretched to the limits the last 3 or 4 years, and the work that was going on there, whether it was to help protect our environment or protect our citizens, was truly life-saving work. So this is way more than just a building. It's about the work that goes on inside that building. There's lots of other folks that are here today, elected officials. I don't know how many are here, but if you're an elected official from the state of North Dakota, not the legislators, but any statewide electeds that are here today, they're all busy. But I know they're doing a great job over there, wherever they are. So let's give it up for all of our statewide electeds. And we've got a number of other officials, some you're going to be hearing from, but we've our Office of Management Budget Director, Susan Sisk, is down here in the beautiful lime green coat. Health and Human Services Commissioner Wayne Salter is going to be speaking shortly. And Wayne's making a great adjustment from the Texas weather. And we Environmental Director, Environmental Quality Director Dave Glatt will be speaking. But why was this site? Let's talk about the site. It was selected for a number of reasons. One is the state of North Dakota already owns it, so guess what? Land cost zero. Way to go, legislators, saving money, putting it on land we already own, saving taxpayer dollars. And of course, because of this site, it's already got existing infrastructure here serving the Capitol grounds, so save a little more money. And then proximity, we've got Health and Human Services is right across the parking lot on the other side. That's going to help the lab qualify for lower utility rates and other efficiencies. Lots of hours and hours by the Capitol Grounds Planning Commission, the Steering Commission, and the architects. I think you're going to hear from Berg and the architecture team, but we want to thank them for all the work that they've put into this thing. And together they've developed both a site plan and exterior building design that's going to complement the Capitol grounds that we have now, but also meeting the needs of a state-of-the-art, world-class laboratory to ensure the health and safety of our citizens. And there's some historic element to this I mentioned too, because there have been a lot of great work on maintenance and operations here at the Capitol. I mean, you go into the Capitol building itself, think of that, built over 90 years ago, and how well that's been maintained by our state team members, and what a spectacular and audacious and bold goal it was for the early North Dakotans to come out to a field outside the city of Bismarck and decide to build that place with beautiful black onyx and amazing architectural features from that era. Truly a remarkable and special building. But the oldest building on the Capitol is not the Capitol, because that was replacing the Capitol that burned down. So the Liberty Memorial Building, which now houses the State Library, among other things, was completed in 1924. The next oldest building is the current Capitol Tower, which I just described. And it was built in 1934 at a cost of just under $2 million. Not inflation adjusted, okay? But anyway, the dollar went a little further in 1930. The State Office Building, which is we also known as the Water Commission Building on the other side of the Heritage Center, which hopefully will be leaving the fold soon due to the issues with water and mold and others, but it's not occupied right now. That did serve as the home of the Water Commission. That was the next. The State Office Building is vacant, and and we're hoping to demolish it at the same time the state lab is being built. I've offered to come over with my Bobcat track loader with a claw and help get the cost down by knocking down the building. So we could just have like a volunteer Saturday and everybody bring their equipment, save some money. But after the state office building, the next building was the one behind us, the DOT building. They moved into that building, it seems like yesterday, 1968. Remains their headquarters. Construction of the judicial wing on state 1979. Agencies moved in there in 1980, and Health and Human Services, Highway Patrol, Supreme Court, and others are part of that wing. And then 1981 was the grand opening of the original North Dakota Heritage Center, which underwent a huge expansion in 2014, again, thanks to the support of our legislature, 97,000 additional square feet. And of course, as you know, the legislature also supporting the addition of the North Dakota Military Museum to pay tribute to all those North Dakota heroes who have served our state throughout our state's history. That planning is underway. And of course, there was also on the far end, most recently, the People's House, as it's often called, but the governor's residence completed in 2018. But historically, this is the first new building on the Capitol grounds that's not an expansion and not a replacement, because everything I've talked about, expansion, replacement. This is the first new building that's being built, here since the completion of the Heritage Center 43 years ago. So it is a historic step forward for our state. And as we celebrate this historic groundbreaking, again, as I said at the beginning, we got to remind ourselves that all of these buildings across the state, these aren't about bricks and mortar. These are about what goes on inside that. And that's a set of dedicated team members that are serving the citizens of North Dakota. This building in particular, in the lab, is going to be focused on protecting both our environment and the people of the state of North Dakota. So by providing modern, efficient facilities, which the legislature is enabling the state to do, give them the latest technology, it's going to save us money. We won't be sending stuff out of state anymore. We'll be able to complete those lab tests here. This is going to allow the hardworking team members in North Dakota to do what we do every day, which is 6 words that fulfill our purpose, and that's empowering people, improving lives, and inspiring success. So I want to say again, congratulations to everybody involved, and especially to the North Dakota Health and Human Services and the Department of Environmental Quality. I know their team members are super excited to be moving into this world-class facility, and that physical step will be a major investment in the future of the health and safety of North Dakota citizens. So with that, I'd like to say again, thank you all for being here today. And next up, I'd like to invite Lieutenant Governor Miller to make some remarks because of the important role that she played on this Planning Commission.
Thank you. Well, good morning, everyone. I feel like we should all be doing some jumping jacks or something to warm up a little bit. Thank you for coming out. And Governor Burgrum, thank you so much for your support of this project. You included it in your executive budget recommendations and supported it throughout 2 legislative sessions. So thank you so much for that support. If any of you had been over to the old lab, you know that it has exceeded its useful life. At capacity, we had portable units out in the yard to help us get through ramped up tests that we were doing during the pandemic. And for our laboratoriums, I think we've all seen pictures of them hunkered down under blue tarps, protecting their expensive equipment and trying to stay dry under the leaky roof. So this new lab is very much overdue, and we are so excited to be here celebrating the groundbreaking for the new lab. The process to get to where we are today was a long journey. We received that first appropriation of $15 million during the 21 legislative session. As Governor Burgrum said, we're so grateful to the legislators for that. With that money, it allowed us to start planning. We put together an original steering committee that worked really hard during 2022. And I know many of those original steering committee members are here. I would like them to stand. Dr. Webe, Dr. Mason, Dave Glatt, Arnie Streeb, who has retired from state government, John Boyle, Maria Nessett, our policy advisor, and I. We were all part of that original steering committee. Through our processes, we selected Berg to be our architects. They helped us diligently plan this project. This team accomplished the mission to effectively identify a site, to plan the facility, to estimate the costs, and have a great proposal for the 23 legislative session. We worked that through the legislative session and received an additional $55 million, as Governor Burgrum said, to complete the project. As the plans came together, the plans needed to be approved by the Capitol Grounds Planning Commission because, as you know, this new facility is being built on the Capitol Grounds. The Capitol Grounds Planning Commission did a lot of work, provided a lot of great leadership, and ultimately approved this site and the exterior plans for the new building. And I'd like to recognize and thank the members of the Capitol Grounds Planning Commission who are with us today, Senator Jay Elkin and Senator Jim Roars, Representatives Ben Koppelman and Bernie Satram, Dr. Peterson from the State Historical Society, Architect Chris Hawley, and 2 citizen members, Vern Dosh and Wendy Van Dyne. If we have the Capitol Grounds Planning Commission members here, most of them are here, would you stand up or give a wave so we can thank you for your good work and support of the project? So once the project was approved by the Capitol Grounds Planning Commission, it was turned over to a new steering committee to see this project through completion and to work on a lot of the details of the interior design. And that new steering committee included Senator Judy Lee, Representative Ben Koppelman, and Representative Gretchen Dobrovich, as well as many leaders from Health and Human Services, DEQ, and OMB. I would like all of those who serve on the current steering committee to stand up. Let's give them a round of applause for their good work. It really is a big team effort to get this project to the finish line. I also want to give a special shout out and thank you to John Boyle, our Facilities Management Director in OMB. He has provided significant guidance and leadership throughout this project. John, please stand and let us thank you for your service and your work on this project. Super grateful. Thank you, John. You've been a great resource. As Governor Burgrum mentioned, we had 2 tranches of appropriations for this facility, $15 million in the 21 session and $55 million in the 23 legislative session. That funding came from the Federal American Rescue Plan Act, also known as ARPA. And I think it is so appropriate that that funding is being appropriated to this project because it was the pandemic that really exposed our need to build a new lab. And it is so great, so exciting that we're using the ARPA funds to fund this new lab. So as Governor Burgrum said, we evaluated a lot of potential sites, a lot of sites that were not on the Capitol grounds, and we settled on this site because, as Governor Burgrum said, we have avoided land costs, we have avoided infrastructure costs. He mentioned sharing resources with OMB, but just think about the repair and maintenance, lawn care, snow removal, all of that. So this really is a cost-effective site and solution for our new lab. And we're so excited that we are going to be starting construction soon and breaking ground today. This project will be completed in 2026. This new state-of-the-art lab is going to be great for all of our team members that work within the lab. It's going to help with recruitment and retention and be a great environment for our team members. It's also going to be a great recruiting tool. It will be set up so we can bring children in to tour the facilities and get them excited about opportunities in STEM careers and also opportunities in state government. So really looking forward to this facility helping us with recruitment and retention. And then lastly, this new lab is also going to play a role in helping us become the healthiest state in the nation, which is our vision for the Department of Health and Human Services and the entire state of North Dakota. So with that, it has been a true honor to be part of this planning process on both of the steering committees. It's been a great team effort, and it's so exciting to be here today for this groundbreaking. Thank you all for joining us, and congratulations again to Health and Human Services and to DEQ for the home of your new state lab. With that, I'm going to turn it over to our Commissioner of the Health and Human Services Department, Wayne Salter, new to North Dakota, moving here from Austin, Texas. So grateful that you're joining our team, Wayne.
The governor is right. I am adjusting to the North Dakota weather, so I will defrost officially this afternoon. But good morning. My name is Wayne Salter. I am the Commissioner for Health and Human Services, and it is a pleasure to be here today to commemorate this occasion. Today's groundbreaking does more than just kick off the construction process. It symbolizes Health and Human Services' commitment to preserve and advance our ability to protect North Dakota's environmental and public health for future generations. It also furthers our vision to make North Dakota the healthiest state in the nation. The new state lab is also a strong testament to several of our agency's key strategic priorities as we serve North Dakotans. Designed as a state-of-the-art facility, the new lab will help us optimize our disaster response and epidemic recovery. While we do not know what the future will hold, we do know that the new lab will support success in our work for years to come. This assurance applies to its daily operations as well. In 2023, the Health and Human Services lab team conducted more than 90,000 diagnostic and environmental tests across 80 categories, to include influenza A and West Nile. This breaks down to roughly 350 tests per day. As a matter of fact, while we're here today, our team will conduct nearly 50 tests. That's astonishing accomplishments. This is just one of the other many functions the new lab will support, including disease investigations and animal testing. Governor Burgrum and Lieutenant Governor Miller have highlighted innovative features and the increased capacity of the new lab. These elements, such as the modern mechanical equipment strategy, will ensure superior air quality and quantity, which are crucial for quality testing environments. Improved efficient workflows will support safe, clean, and efficient testing and will enhance our team's member safety. These features and other upgrades reflect Health and Human Services' commitment to advance excellence in agency infrastructure and operations. North Dakota Public Health Officer Dr. Webe will share more information about our lab's benefits and the features and the added benefits for our valued partners. I'd like to extend my gratitude to the Public Health Laboratory Services team, the Department of Environmental Quality, the Governor's Office, the Planning Committee, Zerberg Architects, Gertz Construction Services, Kraus Anderson Construction, and to all of those involved in the ongoing efforts of building the new facility. I look forward to seeing the state lab take shape over the next coming months. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. So thank you for this great event, Governor, Lieutenant Governor, our distinguished guests. My name is Narwhal Webe. I'm the State Health Officer for North Dakota, and I am really so pleased to be part of this celebration of a new state lab. And how appropriate it is that we are celebrating today during Medical Laboratory Professionals Week. It is a time when we recognize the important work of our clinical laboratory personnel. So this modern facility is a key part of North Dakota's future public health infrastructure. This facility will ensure we have the capacity to meet the future health and well-being needs of our citizens and to serve North Dakotans. As a physician and a public health professional, I know firsthand the significant role that laboratories play in the diagnosis and control of diseases. The state lab is a vital partner to health professionals and the greater health community and the greater healthcare community, as we all work to support diagnosis, early intervention, treatment, and recovery of individual patients. The state lab team has a leadership role in disease investigation and is always at the forefront of testing new and emerging diseases. As such, our capacity to provide high-quality lab services supports state and local disease prevention and control efforts. We do this in collaboration with multiple partners, especially local public health units, our partner agencies, community hospitals, and the state veterinarian. This modern facility, which will be equipped with superior safety features, will ensure a quality testing environment to identify emerging public health issues, including infectious diseases, communicable diseases, and antibiotic-resistant pathogens. All of this is done while also supporting the state's bioterrorism preparedness. In addition, this facility will support timely sample testing, which aids in the prevention and control of diseases and managing disease outbreaks. Also, our lab serves as a reference laboratory, so it coordinates with other states and federal partners to support each other in unique requests and testing capabilities. It also prepares and sends out test kits for various diseases like influenza and COVID and many others, and conducts outreach programs providing training in safety and lab testing methods. Moreover, a modern lab will help attract and retain our high qualified experts. And it is also a partner in educating and training future healthcare workforce, thus enabling us to continue and provide high quality services to our citizens. We are truly excited for this day. We are excited for this project to be underway and to pave the way for North Dakota to achieve our vision of becoming the healthiest state in the nation. Thank you.
Well, good morning. I have one word for Wayne: Carhartts. And the other thing that kind of got my attention is they talked about the building being 50 years old, and it was basically at the end of its useful life. I'm a little over 10 years older than that, and it's starting to worry me a little bit when you start using that terminology. But to start off with, I'd like to thank the governor, lieutenant governor, for their support. You know, this is really a great thing. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience, especially for people that work in the lab or any state employee. I'd like to thank the legislature for their support in doing this, and all the committees and all the work and the architects that went into this. And I'd also like to thank the citizens of the state, because it's without their support, none of this happens. And really having their support moving forward, really believing in what we do, we appreciate all that entails. As a DEQ, we're responsible for taking care of the environment, maintaining and improving environmental quality. That's done with all the staff, their commitment, hard work that goes into it. But foundationally to all of that is analytical data that comes out of the laboratory. Without that, we don't have direction. We can't tell if things are getting better, getting worse. And so we really depend upon them to be at the leading edge of technology and understanding what is going on and accomplished there. That data produced by the lab is used in many ways. It gives us an idea of, again, environmental quality. Are the things we're doing improving the environment, or they're hurting the environment? It points us in a direction on how we can do better as stewards of the environment going forward. And we are blessed in North Dakota. Not so much weather-wise today. I was going to have the rest of you kind of, I could introduce everybody. We can do calisthenics going up and down to stay warm. But, we are blessed with what we have in North Dakota. We also use that data to monitor industry, to make sure that they're complying with their permits. Give us endpoints to remediation to make sure that when an accident does occur, we get the environment back to where it was. That data helps us do that. It also helps our cities and towns understand if they have clean drinking water. Helps us to help them moving forward. This new construction, and I was asked a while back, I said, aren't you excited about this new lab? And I said, it's a building. It is. I am excited about this. What I'm excited about is the design, the new laboratory capabilities that will come out with this, but I'm more so excited about the opportunities and potential that that building will bring to us. Science is moving quickly. We are looking at concentrations in parts per trillion. To put that in perspective, it is equal to 1 cent out of $10 million. That is a part per trillion. And we continue to look at lower and lower levels. This lab will provide us clean spaces to look at things such as PFOA, PFAS, those type of things that are called forever chemicals. We need that to be able to have the leading edge moving forward in our chemistry area. It will provide safe work environments for our employees. Talking about the leaky roofs, those type of things, when you have millions of dollars of analytical equipment, you do not need a leaky roof. This will provide safe working environment. And even more so, it will really provide better customer service. Really something they can be proud of, that they be welcomed to come in, ask questions, drop off samples, all those type of things. So we are truly blessed to have this opportunity and potential to move forward, to be a regional lab that we can be proud of and that other people will come to us for the answers. So with that, I thank everybody. I had a 45-minute speech, but I just looking across at everybody, I don't think I would be the only one standing here talking, but I appreciate everything from everybody through the process, financing, and moving forward, and I look forward to a bright, sunny day on construction. Thank you very much.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Brian Berg, Wizard Berg Architects, and Governor Burgrum and Lieutenant Governor Miller, just really excited to be here today. Members of the legislature who have been very supportive of this project. It's been a wonderful experience working with the team here on this project that is going to be transformational for these agencies in the work that they do for the citizens of the state of North Dakota. So on behalf of our team, Zerberg Architects, and our partners, BWBR, and I should just say a little bit about the partnership that we have with BWBR. Great collaborative partnerships lead to great results, and we've had just an amazing working relationship with an architectural firm out of St. Paul that we've collaborated with on multiple projects at NDSU, at the campus of NDSU, with major pharmaceutical company Aldebaran in Fargo, projects here on the Capitol grounds, and this is just an awesome project, and we're so proud to be a part of it with our partners at BWBR, and it's very exciting. So, and I'll talk about those folks a little bit here in just a second, but we're standing here today. It's the culmination of 2 years of hard work by the design team, following our initial engagement to help with a study for this project back in February of 2022, and developing a concept and initial programming and budgetary requirements and scoping requirements so that the legislature would understand what the needs were for these departments that do such important work for the state. That study was completed in July of 2022, and the information that was developed in that project, there was a study document that outlined all of that information. I went back and read it here the other day preparing for this, and the vision statement that was in that document talked about things like mission-driven and citizen-focused and flexible and adaptable and state-of-the-art and sort of a regional resource for lab activities that would take place in there. And we're confident that this building is going to provide all of that and more for the people that do this important work in the building, and it's going to lead to success for these agencies. And with just a long process of concept development and programming, and all of that work led to this building that you're going to see come out of the ground here over the next 2 years. It's 104,000 square feet. It's significantly larger than the building that they're working in right now, but it's going to lead to significantly increased capacity and the ability to stretch into other areas of testing that they aren't doing right now. So it's a very exciting project. This rendering that's managing not to blow off the easel here behind me is a rendering of the main entrance to that building that'll be facing south right over here. The building runs north and south behind me, and the main entrance will be on the south end. It's going to be a great addition, we feel, to the Capitol grounds, respecting the history of the buildings that are on the grounds here, but certainly going to be a great addition. So successful projects are always a result of great teamwork, and I mentioned BWBR. The relationship that we have with them has been phenomenal. I want to thank Lieutenant Governor Miller for her leadership over the last couple of years, starting with that initial planning committee, and then certainly as the chair of the Capitol Grounds Planning Commission, we had a lot of interesting discussions in those meetings, and it was really exciting to be a part of that process and to see good compromise come out of that process, and good discussions about the direction of the project. Certainly also want to thank John Boyle for his leadership, and Tom Job with the OMB Office of Facilities Management. Dr. Webe, State Health Officer, your leadership during that initial phase especially was just excellent. Dr. Mason and her team with the DHHS lab, and Jim Kornstrom and his team with DEQ, and the guidance that they gave us in developing the program for the project. BWBR, I just can't say enough about this partnership with them. Almost everybody on the team, with maybe one or two exceptions, are proud Bison. Graduates of NDSU's architecture department, we're very proud of our state. We're very proud to work in our state, to work on the types of projects that we've worked on at NDSU, and certainly here on the Capitol grounds. We're very excited to be working on the Military Museum addition with them as well. And we look forward to lots of great things coming forward here. But Craig Peterson is design leadership, Nate Roysen, lab planner, Kat Lauer, lab planner, Leah Fagerland, who worked with us for a while, and now she works with BWBR. So it's kind of like I'm waiting for the trade for the other part of that trade to come back our way. And then certainly Doug Wild, who's a good friend, our friendship goes back many years, but it's just been awesome to collaborate with him. And then our team at Zerberg Architects, also full of Bison graduates, and Jen Buer and Kevin Zachman, both very instrumental in the work that we did. Our other partners, engineering partners, CMTA, mechanical, electrical, and civil engineers, higher engineering, structural engineers, Cornerstone Commissioning. This lab is going to have a state-of-the-art biosafety level 3 lab space in it. It's going to be very unique. It's going to be much improved over the space that they currently have in their lab. Much larger, much more capacity, more safe for the occupants of the space than the space they're working in right now. So we're really excited about that. And Cornerstone Commissioning was our design partner for that work, and will also be performing the commissioning of the building. And then finally, Ross Wilmus and Tucker Norton with Kraus Anderson, our CM at risk partners on this project. And I'm sure they're going to do a fantastic job with the construction, working through the GMP, the guaranteed maximum price for the project, and coming up with those documents. And it's a process, and it takes a lot of time, and they put an unbelievable amount of hours into pulling that document together. So as the leader of that design team, I just want to say it's been an honor to be involved in this project, and to lead all these great people. And we'll see you in a couple of years when we cut the ribbon. So we're very excited. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I am Dr. Christy Mason, the Laboratory Services Section Director, and I am honored to be here today to join in on this monumentous occasion as we celebrate this new state laboratory. The tradition of breaking ground symbolizes new beginnings, growth, and progress. The physical and metaphorical break of the untouched land prepares it to become the foundation of something new and transformative, and it reflects the real work that will bring our collective vision to life. This tradition is a testament to the human ingenuity behind the technology and a symbol of our constant pursuit for the betterment of our state. We aren't just moving ground with every shovel of earth that we lift. We are laying the groundwork for future generations, creating a facility that will inspire, serve, and protect our community. And now, the moment we have all been waiting for. I invite our dignitaries and leaders to don their hard hats, join me, and take places by the shovels. This act is a powerful symbol of our commitment and anticipation for the fruition of this project. Thank you.
Oh, maybe not. No, they're okay. They're okay. They're good. Oh, they're not good. Hey, how are you? You're good.
I like the haircut. Yeah. I'm reaching that point that every time I think about it, she just goes, no, you're not. No, you're not. I suspect they may. If I'm not mistaken, the timeline says they get this done as soon as it goes in there, right? Yeah. Which I believe, yeah. Oh. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong building. They said it was going to be done by next winter. Not like when we say like 9 months from now, like 18 months from now. It's supposed to be a different one. I see you guys' school board is still sharp.